What's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to Trading Live with Bubba. And, well, we had the Fed yesterday. Markets initially rallied, then they tanked, and then they came back to about unchanged, except the Dow and the Russell were higher. This morning, hold on, let me pull up my charts here. This morning we're higher and have made new highs in the S&P, new highs in the NASDAQ. Now the question is, what do they do? What do they do from here? Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, again, we're getting a little bit more action. Not the greatest, but better than it's been. So something we can look at. Gold is under pressure again today. So we'll see how that plays out. Crude is mediocre-ish at best. There was a potential crude trade right here. Actually, we can look at that one right now while we're here. See if we can get a trigger to go ahead and buy it. But not a lot, but better. So I think we have better things to look at. I think one of the things to look at is the VIX is near unchanged with the market skyrocketing, which is telling you something. And it's really telling you that the markets are probably going to sell off a little bit from here, but we'll see. That could change rapidly. But if it does get in the positive territory where the markets stay up, I would look to be a seller. In general, I'm looking to be a seller anyways right now. And not because I'm bearish, just because I think that the markets are extremely overcooked here. But again, you want to be careful until you get your opportunities. Looks like we'll get a trade here in crude. Stop will be 63.15. Looks like we'll get something here. And okay. Another few seconds here before we can trigger. Okay, you can buy crude if you want. 63.15 stop. Okay, and again, not much else at the moment to really look at. We'll see how it plays out here. Again, volume is better though. So again, I can't complain. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, so again, we're waiting for some opportunities. Again, a little bit better volume, so that's okay. And at the end, we'll see how it plays out here. In the meantime, take a look at some of the other stuff that may be now in play. Apple up towards the top end. I would wait and see if we get a little rally out of Apple before selling it. I'd like to see a little bit more overbought. Amazon, middle of nowhere, really not much to look at here right now. Coin, certainly would look to sell some call spreads here. Let's take a look at what they are. And this will be for the 26th is what we'll be selling for now. Let's see here. 342.50. 342.50, 345 for $1.35. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, 343.50, 345 for $1.45. Okay, and crowd, big spike up this morning, as we thought, off of that very oversold a couple weeks ago. Certainly would be willing to look at crowd. And here you're going to have, let's see, 26, 495, 500 for $2. That's a reasonable look that I would take. Crowd 495 to 500 for $2. Okay. Ether on nothing. Meta's one to look at as well. And let's see here. I don't want to overload you with too many, but I got to take the ones that are there. 780, 750, 790. $1.25. I'll take that too. Meta. Okay. Let's just go back and see if anything else is going on in the short-term stuff to trade it. And our crude's a little bit of a loser at the moment, but obviously we're still in it. We just got out of one of our crude. Okay, now you can put your stop in at break even. Okay. All right, so crude trade is over with a profit. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but we were prepared for it. We got it, and we got paid. Okay, so now back to normal. Okay, so that was obviously a major buy order came in, pushed it straight up. We're already long, so now there's a chance we can buy them again. Let's see what happens here, and maybe we'll get the opportunity to buy them once again here. And that was interesting. Okay, well, we're going to get another shot at it now. So there you go. Okay. We got to wait for a buy signal, but we will get another crack at it here. It's nice to get the profit and get another shot. Like that. That's always a good thing. And right now, they're going straight down now. So I don't know what the hell that was all about. But somebody got caught. I think somebody got caught short, had to pay up, and now they're taking them straight down. So we'll wait and watch for this to trigger. In the meantime, we have put on one futures trade, which we already closed for a profit, and 3 spreads we sold, 3 call spreads we sold for next week. New stop on crude would be 62.86. But we don't have a trade yet. We have to wait till the trade triggers here. And you can buy it if you want. 62.86 stop. And let me get my orders in to sell. Okay. All right. So that trade's in, and we don't have to watch it anymore at the moment. Nothing else to really look at this particular time. So let's go back to this board and see what the hell's going on here. Google continues to be up there, but again, notice how it's relieved the overbought conditions by going sideways. No trade. INOQ. I mean, this should be sold. I'm going to sit back and wait for a minute. I mean, it's been basically straight parabolic. Look at it. It's gone from 44 to 69 straight up. So it should be sold. but I have other things I'd rather look at right now. So the IWM, close. MP, nowhere near. Microsoft, notice how it held at 500 and is bouncing, getting to a point where I'd look to sell it, but not yet. MSTR, getting close to being a sell. NNE could be a potential. Nugget, which we talked about the other day, we didn't take it, just mentioned that it should come back down, and of course it is. NVIDIA, nothing. Palantir, right there, could be sold here. Let's take a look at it. TR. And the 177.50, 180, if you can get a buck for it, I would take it. You can't get it right now. It's about 93 cents right now. I'm going to work the order, though. QBTS had a nice little move, too. Q's, certainly one to look at if you're interested in getting short here. SMCI, SPY will be one to look at as well. But there's still not enough intraday range for me to want to get overly involved here, so I'll pass. XYZ, nothing. Excuse me, nothing. Tesla, certainly one to look at. And Tesla. 432.50, 435. For $1.05, I'll take that. And that should give us enough to work on. If you got, we don't want to overload the boat. Okay, our crude's a small loser at the moment, but obviously we're still in. See what happens. And not much else going on in any of the other markets right at the moment. So we'll just sit and be patient and wait for it. Pretty quiet. As I always tell you, if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask them. I'm happy to answer anything you want to know. And a little run up in the NASDAQ, but not with any force, so nothing to really look at. Still a small loss in the crude. Maybe get an add-on to this trade. Pretty quiet in the indexes right now as they push up to highs. So again, these are right now untradeable. We need some movement. This is what we're looking for: a big move up or a big move down. In this case, it was down, so we were a buyer. And again, fairly quiet, so we'll continue to watch. Again, we do have an open position already in crude. And again, we're pretty much overextended in general in markets. Just, again, I'm not telling you to sell them. I'm saying that that's the higher probability side is to be a seller of the S&P, the NASDAQ. Okay, if you have the wherewithal and the patience to hold it for a little bit. And it doesn't mean sell them right this second. It means look for a spot where they look like they're starting to weaken a little bit. I would use a secondary time frame if I were going to take a trade like that longer term. But right now, again, we're potentially going to get another add-on in crude. Gold is pretty stagnant, down about 45 bucks. If you trade the SPY, remember, if you carry any positions, ex-dividend tomorrow morning. So if you have any short calls that are in the money, be careful. especially if you have a short end along that's both in the money. You want to close that position because you won't be able to exercise after, and you will get assigned for the dividend. So just keep that in mind for yourself. Yeah. And not much. Again, we have to be patient enough to wait for our trades and our opportunities. Still a small loss in the crude with no ability to add. Bitcoin, if you play that, is coming to a potential buy area. A little thinner than I like. I don't typically trade that out loud with everybody because it is a little bit thinner. But certainly if you trade it, if you wanted to look at. Again, but index is pretty quiet, although higher. Interesting enough, the Dow's weak compared to the S&P, dramatically weak. Okay. That's a pretty good spread if you trade it. If you're willing to add to it, buy the Dow, sell the S&P. So again, something to look at, nothing too aggressive. Again, you should never be, in the conditions of the market we have right now, we should never be too aggressive because it's still a little bit thin. Now, if it gets busier, then we can be more aggressive. But right now, still relatively thin. So we're not going to be overly aggressive here with the market. Okay, we can identify areas of what we want to do and trade them smaller, put on some positions. Again, we're not taking massive risk. We're not going to make massive profits. We're trying to grind them out while they're sitting here. And that's kind of the trick to trading. Okay. Still stuck a little bit in our open trade of the crude oil. Looks like it's trying to find a little bit of a bottom here. Nothing else is really active at the moment. So the crude oil entry was somewhere between 45 and 47, I would suspect, if you took the trade. So down a little bit. But again, pretty quiet now. Again, volume is better, so I'm good. I'm good with that. But overall, still a little bit quiet. So not a lot to do. But we did put on Meta, Crowd, Tesla, and Coin. Okay, and we'll see how that all works out. Meantime, our crude's a little bit of a loser, still in. This is a potential buy in the Bitcoin, mini Bitcoin or micro Bitcoin if you trade it. All right. Well, manage your crude if you're in, and I'll see you guys back here on Tuesday. Remember, every day I do an update in the morning, market 120. Give you an idea what I think going ahead for the day. And thanks so much for your time. We'll see you next time. Adios.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.